Hi, everyone. Dale Shadbejian here with the folks from Complete Payroll Solutions giving us our tips for June. Karen, what do you have for us this month?
Hi, so I'm talking about mass COVID leave that goes into effect today, June 7th, and
Mhm.
will last through September 30th. So this was just announced in the state of Massachusetts. You can get reimbursed from the state in Mass up to $850 a week. You cannot take the federal tax credit for FFCRA and also double dip and get reimbursed from
Mm.
the state. So just keep that in mind. This is 40 hours of COVID pay, and it's available to all employers. So not just under 500, all employers. This is 40 hours of additional sick time. If you're
Mm.
part-time, it would be prorated. And you do have to post a notice, and that notice is not yet available from the state of Massachusetts, but it's coming. And employees can take this time either because they're suffering symptoms of COVID or a family member has symptoms of COVID, or if you need to take a little time because of the injection that you get, it's available for that as well. So keep in mind that the voluntary FFCRA sick time is still in play as well up to September 30th.
Okay. And when you say a notice available, you're suggesting that employers go to the Mass site, print it out, and display it where staff can see it, employees can
Correct.
see it. Okay. Great.
Correct.
Great tip. Thank you very much. Julia, what do you have for us today?
So on the mass sick time front, not a lot has changed. A lot of employers keep asking me if the old Massachusetts sick time policy that's been in play for about 5 years has expired. No, that's not the case. So what's happening now is employees still must be earning 1 hour for every 30 hours that they work in Massachusetts. And depending on the size of your company, if you have 11 or more employees, that time is paid. If you have 10 or less, then it's not paid. It can be used for anything from a routine medical appointment to take care of yourself if you're sick, or your child if your child is sick, or something to do with domestic violence. Also taking care of your parents or your spouse's parents. So this is something to keep in mind. And can the employer ask for proof? This actually came up recently. Only if the employee is out for 3 consecutive days can the employer ask for proof. But again, it's 40 hours total. It does not carry over. It actually expires. The one thing that I do want to say though is if they do have unused leave, then it can carry over, but no more than 40. So that's something to keep in mind. So in Massachusetts, the sick time policy is still in play.
Okay. And that counts for seasonal employees also, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because we know that that's a lot of times, I'm also a seasonal employer. Sometimes some things don't always apply. You hire someone for a couple months to fill in, but this definitely does apply to those seasonal employees.
There's a calculator online. It'll give you all the breakdown, but Karen can give you more info on that. But there is a calculator online so you can see what where you fall in the parameters of that.
Okay.
But if an employee just starts working, they're not even eligible to use it for 90 days. So you probably don't need to worry about it.
There you go. All right, great. Very great tip. Thank you. And Kevin, what do you have for us today?
All right. Hello, everyone. Kevin. So we're talking a lot about these new policies that have come out within the past 5 years. It really started with the mass sick time, and then there was mass paid family medical leave. Now there's COVID time. Now there's federal time. So a lot for an employer to keep track of. So we're a good resource for that. But, these are also great benefits for the employees as well. So if employees need to utilize these, they can. And I actually wanted to talk a little bit about other benefits that companies could look at that don't actually cost them anything to offer. So if they wanted to enhance their benefit package at no cost, there's some policies that cover other things outside of, COVID or paid family leave or paid sick time. Plans that are called voluntary benefits, and they might cover for an accident or an illness, or you might be able to offer life insurance or dental policies. And you could have these as a benefit package that employees can pick up the cost of, and we could set it up for payroll deduction. So it's very easy for the business to administer that. And, we know all the ins and outs of it to be able to explain it to the employees as well.
Oh, that's great. Well, great tip. Appreciate it. As always, I'm so thankful there's folks like you around. There's probably hundreds of people out there working to give us these 3 quick tips. And I appreciate that because my mind is always spinning after we talk about this. But great tips for this month. Really appreciate you taking the time out to help us out. And we will see you next month.
Great.